Oh, hold on. I just got a notification.
Of course you would.
Just as a quick, by burning someone for their essence, it would literally be fire. It would have to be fire damage. Yes.
Find their essence, I'd be necrotic.
Okay.
Because you're draining their life force itself.
Okay.
You just do a jar Lee and get the ability to suck essence out of them.
Necrotic damage.
That was honestly my favorite ability that he had. He took parts of creatures and implanted them into his own being, granting them some level of control over him.
And it's...
If he took enough of a creature, he'll gain a second personality.
Oh, wow. I think that's a completely different ability than what I know.
No, he just never absorbed enough of a creature to develop the second personality.
Oh. So wait a minute, that's from the suck ability, right?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't even realize.
Need to look at a spell that has a similar thing. I don't know what one has that.
So, where we left off, you had gotten the stone, you left Hades behind, and you had just gotten back onto the boat.
Yes, we did. And after doing the math, I have actually an additional 2 more years of food.
Yep.
Thank God I overprepared.
Zarfix, did you want to teleport back to the city?
Sarvex? You there? Just to let you know, we can't hear you, man.
Whilst waiting for him, quick question, meta question, James. What's a spell that requires you, that says like casting a spell not 1 level above but 2? For it to improve its damage or effect?
Sorry, just thinking through the spells I know.
Yeah.
Another one is Spiritual Weapon? Is that what it's called?
Okay.
Spiritual weapon is also 2 levels.
Yeah.
Okay, if it is, then that's good. I can quickly find that. Spiritual weapon.
Which makes sense. Spiritual Weapon's a pretty good spell.
Yep. Damage. That will need to sit on a back burner or something until I can figure more out. Range.
You okay, Tox?
Sorry about the delay. James, you remember when I said there were bloody ants?
Yep.
There are a lot more than just bloody ants. So they just kept multiplying, so I just had to deal with that.
All good.
Oh
I
God,
don't
dude.
like killing things, but you know, when there's
Just
30
exception
ants
to
circling around the door of my fridge, just like no, I'm not letting you break my fridge door by eating at the plastic, because I know what you like.
I remember when, like, an entire army of ants were circling around my cat's food bowl, and it pretty much taken over the entire hallway of that area. It was fucking hell, and it hurt because they were biting at my legs. Or my feet, I should say. Literally walked out there in the morning. One way to wake up, huh?
Yeah.
It's better, I think.
James, are you here?
Yep.
Well, since James disappeared, I better be...
He's here.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Sorry, didn't that come through?
No,
It came through.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't
guess
hear you say that you're here.
I guess it's just me and Talks.
Weird.
Yeah.
So, Zarfix, are you going to teleport back to Echo's Refuge now that you guys are getting back on the boat?
Yep.
Alright. So you arrive back at Echo's Refuge. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to do?
Wait, we're all the way back at Echo's Refuge now.
No,
You
teleported.
You are.
Didn't you?
Yeah, to get food.
I mean, ProHoof has
hold on.
like, 2 full years of food.
Yeah, true, but do I really want to then have to spend time in the dwarf haven where the dwarves are very angry with me just because I'm human?
Well, it's more.
I mean-
I think it's more on the fact that, like, on the ship, they're okay with you because you are trained by a dragon, so your
Yeah.
word is respectable.
My
Yeah,
word
they...
is more respectable because they know I got it beat into me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so far, I think your interactions with all the dwarves on the ship has been pretty nice, I think.
Well,
At
yeah,
least-
because I'm respectful, and they're respectful back.
Yeah.
Respect breeds respect, and because most Celestials don't respect mortals, then they don't get respect back.
Except for ProHoof, who still doesn't get respect because he's Celestial. Even though he's so super
That's
respectful.
That's more just in that one in Echo's Refuge because of their experiences.
Yeah, true. The dwarves have been fantastic.
That's because I don't think they care whether you're celestial or not at this point in time.
They only care if I'm human.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, this might be the place for you.
Honestly, if ProHoof really does need to go somewhere for his retirement, he probably would come here. Or
Dude,
at least
you
just to
become
verify the islands.
you become you become like a sea fisherman by flying out into sea, catching something, coming back, just a day's work. There's a ton of fish. How did you get all that? A day's work.
Either that or Prohoof going to the Aarakocra Isles to be with his kind.
Yes, so you can all go and together.
Yep.
Ah,
He becomes
Motherfucker!
he becomes the one to revolutionize them. Or
I could
not.
do that.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. You want to making the a waiting sound? What are you waiting for? Because
I
I'm
honestly,
just waiting for James to tell me how to tell me. I'll wait. I have to do the D100 roll, don't I?
yeah.
Unless, of course, you don't need me to go out there.
I mean, Prohoof has, unless
yeah,
Prohoof just wants more provisions.
we should have plenty of food.
Alright, in that
Like
case,
the
I'm
2
going to
years are
teleport.
you included.
Alright. Well, in that case, I shan't teleport.
I will say by the 2 years we will be completely out of provisions.
Alright. So,
Yep.
Zarthix, you want to stay on the ship this entire time?
I shall be on the ship, but I'll be also in the cart as usual because I'm working on, spells and whatnot.
However, we should be keeping an eye on the card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am in the cart.
Card.
Oh, the card. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on my card as well.
Prohoof for the first leg of the journey would actually be wanting to train with Sarthex if possible on getting the tough feat.
So, what are you doing for the first month?
Meta, would Sarthex be able to work on his spells and allow
Nope.
Prohoof to... Okay, so... Prohoof's gonna
Tough
be...
feat. What's your intelligence?
3.
Right.
16, I
Now,
mean, sorry.
before I continue, James, do you do the thing from Xanathar's Guide to Everything, where the intelligence modifier takes it down from how long it takes to train stuff, or is it still the same amount of time?
It is still the same amount of time.
How long will it take to train the tough feat?
It is 250 days, and if you've got a teacher, it's half that.
Well, I have the tough feat, so you know what? Why not?
5 days.
Woohoo!
I am going to beat you senseless.
I'm assuming that's
That
how
is-
the
that- yeah,
feat
that
would
would
have to work. Yeah, so...
That's
As
how
you
I think
do-
one of the
as
members
as
of
you do sit-ups, I shall punch you in the stomach. As you do push-ups, I shall sit on your back with full plate mail on.
Okay. So, after the first month has passed, Zarthix, do you have a ring of mind shielding or something that prevents telepathic speech?
No.
You receive a sending.
What does it say?
Your first student is about to graduate.
Oh, lovely. That was the first student is about to graduate, yeah?
Yep.
Ooh.
How long does it take to train stats again?
1 month.
Okay, then
Okay.
yeah, Echo might have tried to train his wisdom then in that time. So it does not go up. It's because I can't really work on the spell without getting input from someone else.
I mean, there is one person you can always ask for that sort of thing, but I'm currently beating someone
Yeah.
quite senseless.
Yeah, that was the reason. Like, Echo would have asked you for help on the spell, but given that I realized that it can't be that lower level with what I want it to do, it not only is it going to take a while to make, but it's also going to take up a bunch of time to do. I haven't given up on it, but I'm not going to work on it unless like he has your help.
You know?
Mostly because I'll need to send it to you so then you can give me feedback.
So, is Zarfix going to go and witness the first student graduating?
Has it been? How many days has it been?
25 since you got on the boat.
25.
Yeah, it's been a month.
There's no way there is no way I'm getting back on this boat if I teleport. But this is a prestigious day. I've got to go see this.
I mean,
Yeah, like,
Prohoof would.
we have like the sending stones of like if
Yeah,
something
but
goes
Prohoof
wrong, we
still
can.
has 100 days worth of toughness training to do.
That is fair.
Do I
I mean-
continue training my pupil, or do
Um,
I train my apprentice, or do I go see my pupils?
The thing is, you could shove Prohoof into your bag of holding for the teleport, so then you can keep training him, and then you meet
Right.
Echo back at the Dwarven City.
in full honesty, Prohoof would probably rather stick with the ship just to make sure everything's okay here.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea for you to stay at the ship, but at the same time, it's just like Echo is doing.
Like, Prohoof
Fine.
will
Also,
Prohoof would understand Sarthex wanting to go, and he'd be fine with that. He can always work on other things. Or he can even, because I think with the training time, it should only be like 200 days now, and it will take around that. So he could end up getting the tough feat by himself at this point. I'll need to ask James that meta-wise a little bit more, but
You'll be
Prohoof
on
would...
the boat for at least that amount of time.
Yeah. So Prohoof would ultimately be okay with that if Sarthex is really wanting to do that.
You have given him a strict training regiment.
I believe that.
I don't think anything Zarfix related is not strict.
That is true.
So, I shall, after deliberation, I will go see the captain.
Alright, you arrive up on deck.
I have completely forgotten how to say this word, so if you could give me a reminder of how to say his name. I wrote it down, but I just can't even. I can't say this.
If you tell it, I think it's Thrall.
Where is
James?
it? Sorry, just looking for a token. Captain Thrall.
Yeah, Thrall. Right. Captain Thrall. I thought I'd come to say my goodbyes, as I have been notified that a school has had its first student graduate. As this school has been paid by me, I must go attend. So, to make sure you are in the loop, you are not going to have a man overboard. I am just going to be teleporting out.
Very well.
And then I'll find Echo and Prohoof and bid them good day and to get me on Sending Stone, which one of them will have to get back from the captain at some point.
Okay, yeah, I would have thought Echo would have gotten that. Echo or Prohoof would have gotten that back when we met back up with them. But yeah, he'll go do that.
Prohoof would
But yeah, I'll get you.
basically-
We'll call you on the sending stone once we make landing.
Very good.
Be safe, my friend.
Would you rather us give you a call once we're out of the city?
Once you've made landfall, that will do. I will hopefully be able to teleport back. So I shall then teleport to the teleportation circle, which is an instant success. But I still have to roll the D100 just in case, right?
Would have been a success either way, but I need you to roll one D100 for teleportation block.
Yep. 79.
So 9, you're fine.
Sweet, so I appear.
Yep, you appear inside of a stone castle. There are about 8 guards. One with a ballista pointing down towards a teleportation circle.
Right.
You see one of the guards walk up to you. Welcome back.
Good to be back. I see that this place is continuously growing, and I'm happy to see that. I'm here to go see the graduation.
Right this way. The guard leads you towards the school, which has now been painted.
Why are there still so many ants? Fuck off! Go away!
It sounds like
ants, once you get
them.
them, you can never really get rid of them.
It's easy.
That
to get rid
is
of them.
true.
I have to throw my fucking fridge out by the looks of things.
Oh no, they'll stick around even after the fridge is gone, dude.
Yeah. So I'm just glad they haven't found a way into my sugar collection for my diabetes, because if they got into that, just like, oh no, when I'm having a hypo, I've got to eat ants and sugar.
Yeah, at least you're getting protein whilst you're getting sugar. So
Have you ever had an ant in your mouth? It tastes absolutely horrible.
it tastes disgusting. Yes, I know.
It's like
But it's protein. You gotta get that protein, bro.
So before we continue, Meta, how many days until the impact?
The ship should dock, and then there'll be 4 days until impact.
Oh, so that's a good
274 days.
Right here. So I shall follow the guard.
Yep. And the guard takes you to the school, which has now been painted purple, black, and now there is bronze highlights all over the place.
Right. I'm expecting the walls to be plastered with mostly just the head mistress of this place, and there'll be this one small corner that says founder and has my face on it. It's not because she's self-important, it's because she wants the kids to know she's always watching.
Always watching this Southsky.
Always watching. We all just devolve into that.
Look, if we could, we should. If you know what, Pact, we all die at the same time. Goblins, all 3 of us, celestial goblins. We'll have.
Fine with that.
We'll have a fighter, a cleric, and a
Bard.
and a bard. Yes, a fighter, cleric, and bard. Perfect.
I call Bard.
So,
Fair.
you get to the university. Can you guys see the map?
Yeah.
I can only see the world map.
The Celestia map. There we go.
Oh boy.
Need it
It's
to load.
taken a bit of time to load, but things have been progressing.
Oh, by the way, James, if you could you remove the turn order thing? It is kind of blocking up a little bit of
Yep.
the air. Thank you. That's much nicer. Oh my god.
The farm is absolutely huge. Do you guys remember when that farm was small? We worked there for a couple of days.
No,
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't.
Oh, sorry. No one who worked in the farm is alive or
Alive.
is currently part of the party to tell of that. There is only I just realized Atlas went from a farmer to the to the to the lord of the land.
Oh my god, there's a whole new section right up north.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy. Well, we have been gone for like, what, 2 years or something?
Just under
Almost
3 years.
3. Yeah.
I just realized that all the ones with like a house in them, the house is in quotation marks.
Yeah. Because it's not the actual place where they live.
Except for the
Yeah.
death house.
Yeah. Which I'm assuming is either a house for people that are
It's the
dead.
morgue.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was either that or someone who was just too serious to have quotation marks.
Oh, I can see that buildings where people live have been set up in my little kingdom state. I'm expecting to see people running around in them, and I'll be like, oh, good, people are actually living in these places.
So, you're taken to the school, and you can see that as you enter the school, there is a painting of the headmistress.
As expected.
And there are 2 statues of the headmistress on either side. Then, as you are led down a corridor, you can see that there is a painting of you next to a statue of you, followed by the painting of the headmistress, followed by a statue of them, and then what you can assume to be teachers, due to the little label above their names. And then you can see the first student who is graduating. Their statue looks fairly new, and there is a painting that has just been hung up.
Right on. Oh, we've finally got docks too, and they're close to my to my factory area. Oh, I'm gonna get so much revenue. Oh, this is so good. It doesn't matter though, because it all goes back to the keep, which will then go out into the community to make sure that it's a good circling economy. So that I get my money from adventuring.
I just posted an image of the first student. As you can walk into the hall and you can see this person up on stage.
I look around for anywhere that has my name to sit.
There is an actual area up on stage for you.
Ah, alright. Then I shall
There's 140 students here.
I shall get up on stage. I am still in my plate mail though, so
Also, Meta, I'm assuming Atlas might be there just by the fact that you posted like an updated version of him yesterday.
Yes. He's actually in the crowd.
Oh. Man, I feel sorry for anyone sitting behind him.
I feel like he'd probably be sitting off to a right-hand side, so there's at least a view.
Yeah. Okay. The ceremony is fairly straightforward for the most part. The student stands up, they say a little speech, and then they're presented with items.
Right on.
They are presented with a longsword, an exotic one. They are presented with a book, a bag of holding, in which basically the alchemist walks over to a little stand with a bunch of potions and other items on it, and they just start placing potions inside of the bag.
Alright.
There is what looks to be flex rope.
Alright.
And a bow, 2 quivers, and then a symbol of the school.
Hold on a second. Is this the kid that we were sent to go get?
I don't
No.
think so.
This is a different student, same grade though.
Okay.
Does at any point does he ever look at who I am,
Oh yeah.
or is he right?
Maybe it's just confidence in his face.
I can't wait for that to be cracked.
Then I shall go over and offer a handshake.
You shake his hand and he just says 2 things to you. Train me.
As he says that, my mouth is about to say something. Meta, this is where I just say no, and I walk off stage. And when he says that, I look at him. Are you sure you wish to be trained by me?
Train me.
I look over to
The alchemist has the biggest
the
smile
alchemist.
on their face.
I sort of do the face like you were up to something, weren't you? Like this was part of your plan to make me have to do something with the children. Just like, why have you done this? I was elected to spend money, not to make people do things. Anyway, so I nod to him. Well, I'll expect you bright and early tomorrow then. The way I see it, I have 100 days with you. And then after that time, I shall be going back to my own activities.
Meta-wise, I believe that I believe we're making forward.
Because that's
You want 100 days to do what do you want?
no, because it's been 25 days since you left. It takes half a year, or at least it took 200 days to get from that island back to where we first took off. So I then have quite a few weeks to then go about and start setting up the necessary to get us up the mountain.
Yeah, for
So
those
I
that
feel
aren't
like-
cold inclined.
I feel like we're gonna hit a snag when we get up there. Those kobolds are probably still pretty pissed, even if it's been quite a few years.
Like her face just gets more and more like the kindest way I can say it is demented.
I mean,
Every time we
I'm
see
pretty
that,
sure.
see
I'm
her.
pretty sure that's the chaotic evil face, but I'm not sure if those are the chaotic evil markings or not.
I don't think she's actually. I think she'd be closer to lawful evil than chaotic.
You see, the thing is that have you ever seen anything that she's done that's been lawful? She literally accepts slaves to do her job.
Have we ever seen her do? The thing is, in this world, I believe slaves are lawful, like a law-able thing.
Which is stupid because
Otherwise-
Zarfix can see that. They can see
otherwise-
that
Because otherwise,
not
like
a
Zarthix's
prophet.
family. Yeah, because otherwise, like if they weren't a lawful thing, otherwise Zarthix's family wouldn't have been able to be, or his bloodline wouldn't have been able to be bought.
Yeah. Anyway,
So you see
just
she's
because
got...
just because that's what is considered lawful by mortals is not what's lawful by God's standards.
Correct.
Zarfix could believe he is doing the greater good by, training people in some of the harshest ways possible. But at the end of the day, he's lawful evil, even if he thinks he's doing good for mortals.
Yeah.
You can see that they've got those markings. Whether they're markings from an alignment or something else, not quite sure.
Yep.
So I don't think
So,
you've
what
seen
is
them before.
your...
To be fair, Zarthix doesn't know where he got his markings from, so he wouldn't be able to
Oh,
determine
no, I
whether
do.
they're... Oh, okay, you do. Oh, right, you asked
I learned it from the House of Black.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
But I now turn to you. I turn to the redhead individual. So, what is your name?
Oh, one moment.
One moment.
Ezra.
That's an unfortunate name.
He does a little bow.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Ezra. And it's good to see that that there are hopefuls that will graduate. I turn to the crowd. Let this be a momentous occasion and inspire to be like Ezra.
And clarify that you're probably not going to train every graduate that asks you.
Just
hey,
I'm just waiting for like 100 days later, the next one graduates, and then the next one graduates, and I'm sitting there just like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I do the stepping stone, and I'm just like, well, I'm in some hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you should probably clarify that you're not going to train every graduate.
Something doesn't seem quite right with the church members that are in the back row. They don't... A few of them look like the same members, but they don't seem to be wearing the same garb that they used to.
Are they wearing more House of Black stuff now?
You're not sure whether it's House of Black or something else, but it doesn't appear to be the Excalibur garb.
Well, the good news is, if they ain't fucking with me, I ain't fucking with them.
Which means I can change that name now that you know.
Meta, I feel like that is something Prohoof should worry about, because he's a Celestial. I feel like that's something he needs to worry about.
So,
Be a good thing. You never know.
So, Ezra, what do you wish to be taught first tomorrow? What shall we begin on? I'm waiting for it to be like, I didn't think I'd get this far. I've always been told that you're a no-nonsense individual.
To be fair, I think...
Again?
Swordsmanship.
Swordsmanship.
There is a certain celestial sympathizer who beat me in swordsmanship last time. I will not allow for this to happen again.
Oh? And who is that?
That's my information.
Netta, I need to get that meme out quick. The alright, keep your secrets meme.
Meta, I feel like the anti-Celestial sentiment has only grown in Echo's Refuge. James, would I be correct in that assumption?
This character is one of the few individuals who represent this to the pinnacle.
Okay.
Group 2 actually know this character. One of them is his
And
former master.
Oh. He does know that Zarthix like travels with Celestials, right?
No.
No, I can't wait for that to occur then.
yeah, that's gonna be funny.
All he knows
If
is
he-
that Zarthix was trained by a dragon.
If he decides to try and turn around and fight me for that, I will turn around and give him exactly what he wants, which is a swordsmanship fight. And if he loses an arm or something, I will then turn around and say, that there are many Celestials that are less than stellar. But
Zarthix, I think you should lead that with like, I taught you everything you know, but not everything I know.
I taught you everything that needed to be known about basic swordsmanship. Would I teach you any more? Anyway, swordsmanship it is. I shall see you at the crack of dawn.
Very well. He makes his way off stage, and then he's got to go to a few other things for the rest of the day.
I go to it's Tara?
Lara.
Tara.
Yeah. I go over to Tara. How
Hello.
many of them are anti-celestial?
Half? Thereabouts. Most of them just don't care.
The ones that don't care, I'm gonna see, are gonna make more strides than the ones who seem to resent them. Though, the ones that do, they're going to make waves. So, you mind explaining to me as I gesture to the weird clothed guards at the back? Are they yours or are they the new city guard?
They're a result of the House of Black.
I knew it.
They sent out one of their priests, and from there, well, the Church of Nathan was slowly pushed out.
So it looks like this is becoming one of those places. Oh well. As long as I don't get in the way, I'm sure everything will be fine.
You're actually thought of quite highly by them. Very wise and intelligent individual, apparently.
One more time, you cut out.
You're a very
For me.
wise and intelligent individual, apparently.
Wise, that's a stretch. Intelligent, I would believe so. Wise, not so much.
Does she just laugh and say, I agree?
I'd like to imagine inside her mind she is currently saying agreeable. So, are they all going to want to be trained by me once they graduate?
No clue.
Because if so, I want you to put that to bed. I want you to make sure that not all of them get that expectation.
Understood.
founder.
Only the best get to do that.
What is your definition of the best?
Those who get the highest score.
I can agree upon that. As long as it's only once a year. I've got things to do.
You can actually see at the back of the hall there is basically a leaderboard of students, and it
Yep.
apparently has all 140 students.
What's the second place?
Okay, so there was Ezra with 400 points. Second place has 311.
Right, and what's their name?
Good question. What is their name? Give me a second, I'll open up the list.
Their name is 311.
Oh, so although it has absolutely no impact on the game, for once, for the first time in like maybe week and a half, maybe two at most, I am not sitting in a caravan to play D&D.
Zora. They appear to be a dark elf.
So who are they?
Zora.
Or
Alright. And the third person?
The third person has 115 points.
Alright.
wow, the first two are very much outliers then.
I go to I then look at the fourth.
Fourth has 111.
I turn to Tara. If any of them get to 400, they're considered, in my opinion. But I want all of next graduate students, or the next time I'm here, I want them all to at least have 100. Anything below that, and they get kept back a year
Silly
or two.
Zafix. If they don't get to 400, they don't get to leave.
I never said that they would be able to leave. I was saying that they can't learn more. If they continue to fall back, they'll be here until they're old men.
I think that's
See,
applicable
now we're on
now.
the same page.
But the 300 and the 150, I want to speak to them once this hall has been emptied.
Alright. You can sort of... From what it appears, she knows instantly where they are in the room.
Yep. And I shall then go down to Atlas.
Okay, you go up to Atlas.
Otherwise, that makes me think she took the advice of like making trackers for the kids.
I mean, most likely. Mighty fine city so far, Atlas.
It has come along well.
Though I'm not sure if it was a good choice to put Tara in charge, but it's been done. I can't exactly change that. And she seems to be getting some rather can-do individuals out. So, anything happen? Any Celestials appear while we were gone?
There was an incident. Not of a Celestial, but the tomb area. There was an explosion, to put it lightly. It's like the entire area was vaporized. All of the dead, they're gone. Bodies utterly destroyed.
That is a worrying thought. That do you think that might have been anything to do with the push out of the Church of Nathan?
Actually, this was about 2 months before I left.
Church of Nathan have any warnings?
No, they pretty much packed up when they received the correct offer. Turns out the House of Black can buy most things.
Very interesting. So do you have a tax going that I have to pay yet? I don't exactly want to be in debt to you at the moment.
Tara has taken care of all of your business debts.
Lovely. I did leave quite a bit of gold behind. But I'm going to be training Ezra. It's it's a bit of an inconvenient name, if I say so myself. Sounds like a draconic name, like me.
Meta, you are training Ezra Bridger. Try not to go blind.
I was more thinking it's exactly the name of the Dragonborn that was kicked out.
I am trying to learn about essence. I am gonna, if I do go blind, and I can feel essence, Zarfix is now blind but can still fight.
He understands the Force.
Or in this case, the essence.
But I'll
one with the essence is one with you.
I'll BRB. I'm gonna make myself some food. I'll be back once that's all done. It shouldn't be for too long, but Tox is doing his thing, so that should be fine.
So, I think that's it for me for this day. If anyone else has anything they want to do, just you know, who leaves.
I think the only thing that's really going to come up for Prahoof and Echo is if we roll poorly with the D100s.
Indeed.
Especially seeing as Echo can't talk to you about the spell he had an idea for.
I mean,
Granted,
if you had the sending stone, we can. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, it's just more the fact that like it's been established sending stone is more for emergency situation. If he had written it down on a notepad or something before he had left, he would have handed his base idea for it. For you to maybe correct some things, maybe throw in some ideas of your own, he would have. But I didn't say he did that, so like by now, like he probably would have done that, like after you left, realizing, oh, I probably should have written that down.
One thing that I would like to do, James, is I would like to go to the woodworkers and see if they have any offcuts that we could use as wooden swords for forms 1 through 7. I think it's forms 1 through 7. Let me just hang on. I just gotta go grab my sword and try them at the moment. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Okay, it's 4. Because 1 is sword above head with hand out. 2 is sword coming down. 3 is bringing. Oh, hang on. 1 is left foot forward, left hand forward, right hand back, right foot back. Flashing down with bringing right foot forward. Then that's form 2. Form 3 is moving left foot forward, bringing right hand back, having left hand in front. And form 4 is bringing right hand sideways and right foot forward. That's it.
Alright. So, you would be able to get... Oh, actually, There's also wooden training swords in the actual school itself.
Oh. In that case, I'd probably use those then.
Right.
But since we don't have anything else, and I kind of don't want to wait, if that's okay. With you, James.
Yep, that's fine.
The next day, I'm waiting with a shield and a sword, or waiting for him to be here. Well, it's wooden shield and metal shield and wooden sword.
He arrives right before sunrise.
Meanwhile, just past a certain location is Black. There's Black Razor. I will tell him that I'm just giving this person training. I'm not trying to kill them, so that's why I'm not using them. I'm sure Black Razor understands. Black Razor's was like, when are you gonna kill things? I've seen thousands of dead goblins. You haven't killed anything in years.
Alright. You haven't killed anything with Black Razor ever.
I have killed one thing. Technically. Which was Torfak the first time. Technically. Even if it was assisted.
Not with Black Razor.
Yeah, we kind of made him kill himself.
Right, yeah, he teleported and decapitated himself, didn't he?
Yep.
Damn it. Black Razor must be wondering why I picked it up if I have not used it to kill. No.
I still think Black Razor would have preferred you picking him up than Echo.
Though
Like,
he's probably rethinking about not letting himself get picked up by Torfak. Anyway.
So, you arrive, the student's there.
I would like to be there before the student.
Okay, how early are you going there?
As I said, I want him coming there by the rising sun, so I'd be there before the sun is rising.
Okay. How long before the sun is rising?
Half an hour.
He would be there first. He got there an hour and a half before sunrise.
Hope you got enough sleep.
Rest is not an
Don't-
issue. I
Good.
refuse to be late.
Well, the good news is, you're not late. You're very early. That doesn't give you any points with me, though. I open the bag and take out the 2 wooden swords, and I place them on a edge somewhere. I'd like to imagine we are at a small training square in the school. If there's wooden swords, there'll be a training square.
There's pretty much an entire floor dedicated to a dojo. Or
You
really
know-
just a training floor in general.
What weapon have you fought with so far, Annie?
Daggers is as far as I get with weapons, and then you see him wave his hand and you can see sparks.
Now, on top of me being a fighter. Sorry, just heard something. I'm going to close my door. There we go. Now, on top of me being a fighter, I am also a Tundra Sage. So if you're here to learn more, I can teach you a little more. But we all have our own paths in what our magic will be. So I think that would be best learned by experience. Pick up your sword.
He picks up the sword.
I take my shirt off, revealing the many scars from marks from the dragon. Well, the dragon and his ways of teaching.
Yep.
I'm going to spare you the pain that I was put through, but I will not spare you the comfort. If I hit you, it will be hard. But luckily, bones are stronger than wood. So, as long as your bones are stronger than wood, you won't be walking out of here with any shattered bones.
There is a moment of concerned expression on his face, but then you see it replaced by determination.
So, are we gonna have to roll initiative now? Or is this just gonna be a RP thing?
Systematic destruction is what you can apply to him.
So I'd rather it be an RP thing where I will
given that you are a veritable master
Yeah.
at what you were doing.
Level
I
7
will-
wizard using a sword against a level 12 fighter.
11.
Oh, he's a blade singer. But I am
He
back.
is not
I
a
hit-
blade singer yet.
He's just
Anyway, I hope you haven't needed me.
So I would like to imagine. Sorry, go on,
Dude,
Purvis.
we've just been. Nah, we haven't really needed you, dude. We've just been.
Yeah.
I've just been listening to what's been going on.
So considering it would take 125 days, I will train 125 days with. I'd like to imagine these wooden swords are about the size of long swords. At some point, I will, after 80 days, when he comes in, he will see a long sword, a real long sword, and in my hand will be Black Razor.
Oh shit.
You
Today you're going to attempt to add to the scars on my body. If you fail, you will lose that sword. If you succeed, that sword is yours. Do you accept this challenge?
So this is after how many days?
This is 80 days, so there's still a few more. There's still a good while before he's actually proficient in weapons.
Yep. Understood.
I'm going to block. You have. I turn a glass, one of those sand things over. That I'd imagine is a 5-minute, 10-minute timer. You have until that empties. If you have not left any wound upon my body, you are not ready.
Alright. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
As he casts Hold Person.
knew that was coming.
Wisdom save it is. As I said, not a wisdom person, am I?
I was trying to decide between binding chains or or Hold Person.
Now, pardon me, before you say what happens when I roll this, just remember I still have an inspiration.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to get much higher than that, I feel.
Okay, so it is intelligence 24, 22. That is a success.
Uh, I shall cast Hold Person on them.
Counterspell.
Uh,
And then they're going to go with Binding Chains. That is a wisdom saving. Sorry, not wisdom, it's charisma.
Charisma. Hmm. Hmm. Time to use the spells.
That is a failure.
As I said, I was. Alright. Well,
But
you've
you do
already
have the
said it's a failure.
inspiration.
Yeah, but you've already said it's a failure, so.
Yeah, but you knew that much.
Yeah.
You do have your inspiration to spend if you'd like to.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if much higher. I was thinking if I got below 10,
Fair enough.
I'd use it, so. He holds person.
He
Indeed.
binding chains, not hold person.
Sorry,
Similar
he
spell.
binding
It's a
chains.
variation on a spell where the basically magical chains form around your vision and you can see it latch onto you, holding you to the ground. But as far as everyone else is concerned, there's nothing there, as it's
Oh.
basically bound to your magical being itself.
Right.
And then he walks over and attempts to cut your arm. Not cut it off, just cut it.
Yep.
$21. What is your AC?
My AC. Well, that hits considering that I wouldn't be wearing my armor, would it?
Alright. And then he leaves
Now.
a cut on your arm. Whether that's going to scar or not,
I'm waiting
is
to
yet to
see.
be seen.
Well, I'm waiting to see the damage that he rolls, because that might answer that for me.
$12 damage.
12 damage, you say? Interesting. Not sure how he got double damage, but
You're held in place, which makes you incapacitated, which makes it an auto crit.
interesting. I only thought it was an auto crit if if you were a certain class.
Nope. Any creature that is held in place by hold person or a similar effect, when they're considered incapacitated, any hit becomes an auto crit.
Okay.
That
Echo,
is why I have a
we're
problem
gonna
with.
kill people a lot easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meta, this is the issue I have with James's held person. It's so OP.
That's just how
When-
it works in
Anyway.
regular D&D.
I treat it more like a
So-
tank.
So
It gives you
know,
advantage
it's-
on top of that anyway.
So
Which is
it's
even
DM,
more
check,
OP.
so it's DM's discretion as to what hold person, the full extent of hold person.
There's just a bunch of ways to get around the actually getting held in the first place.
Yeah. Like you either make the wisdom save, you have a ring of free action.
Then
You
there's
have
freedom
a
of movement, so most
movement,
clerics that are going to get affected by it are just immune anyway.
Yeah.
incapacitated,
Freedom.
cannot take any actions or reactions, and that's it. That's all incapacitated does. I think you're thinking about restrained or prone or stunned or unconscious or something. Paralyzed,
Not-
maybe?
Let me get up. Hold person. Becomes paralyzed for
Prone
the duration.
doesn't-
Paralyzed makes you
Paralyzed.
incapacitated, and it makes...
The creature automatically fails strength or dex saving throws. Have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature hits the creature is a crit if the attack is within 5 feet. There we go.
Yep.
So it's a paralyzed, not incapacitated.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we got that out of the way. Back to the game, shall we? Does he end the thing, or do I have to struggle like
After he
this?
cuts your arm, he ends it.
Are you planning to be a blade singer?
I am planning to pick up on some of their abilities. I am not dedicating myself to the path of the blade. I am dedicating myself to being more capable in the blade than someone else.
That's agreeable. That sword is yours. For the next, give me a sec, 45. For the next 45 days, you will learn how to wield that weapon against dummies, in form, and finally, you will graduate once we have one last duel.
Very well.
I expect you to treat that weapon as if it was a child, unless you hate children. Treat it as something that you like. Maintain it, and make sure that it does not have any rust. You want to kill your enemy quickly, not have them wallow around and be pathetic. Because the best part about killing a Celestial is that they keep coming back. You get to kill them many times.
Very well. And then he'll continue training with you. Meanwhile, for Prohoof and Echo, is there anything in particular you're doing for the next 270 days?
Probably training for 200 of those to get the tough feet.
Yep.
I can't actually think of any beats for Echo to train up. I can't. Besides just training stats, mate, like his mental stats.
Look at making spells.
The only spell I can think of is this one, and I need to ask like you for advice. Like
Why
meta
not
wise,
making the no you spell?
I would have to look at your spell, that spell from wherever it is that you have that.
All right.
But Echo also has like 2 different reaction spells already.
It's pretty good.
So you're doing that. Oh, by the way, during the first week of you being back in town, the 3 highest students, including Ezra, would have been brought to see you.
Alright. I would look at each of them. Each one of you has done something more than what any civilian here will probably do, or any elder could do here. But that doesn't mean that either. I look at the 2 that haven't passed.
Back.
That doesn't mean you 2 get to celebrate. I point to Ezra. That is what you strive for. And once you get that done, you graduate.
I'm gonna quickly go eat tea. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Right. Once you get that done, you graduate. So, the next person I see graduate, I hope is one of you 2. If not, I'll be very disappointed. So, do you 2 feel like you can achieve higher marks? As I look at the R2.
The girl looks at you and she's just sizing you up. The other one hasn't broken eye contact with you. And almost in unison, they both say, without a doubt.
Good. Then you shall be the future. Make sure that you make me proud. I put a lot of money into this school to exist. And with that, that would be the only thing that I'd say to them. And I'd dismiss them. Oh, and I will be saying if he tries to kill me, that's going to be a rip for me, because you're like, oh, level 7 against that, he's going to get absolutely swamped. Me, after getting held person once, I'm in danger. Wisdom saving throws, charisma saving throws. I'm in danger.
Magic, the great equalizer.
The great equalizer. That's why I chose to be a thing. I'm gonna get a ring of free action at some point. That's something I definitely need.
Those are the two other students, by the way.
Nicknaming the one below Khan. Khan!
What is his name? I think it's Briar.
As for the one above, seems a little bit fangirly with that hair style. Seems like because she was sizing me up just before. Seems a little fangirly towards, Tara. I wouldn't say that to them, though, because, it's their look. If they want to look like someone else, that's their choice.
Yep. Alright. So,
I'm not the fashion police.
your training with him goes fairly well. In martial combat, you decimate him. When magic gets involved, you're about equal.
Yep.
Blade singers, the true masters of everything.
So on the day that the actual weapon thing is, I will have most likely grabbed another sword. Just if it's a cheap sword, however much a cheap sword would be. I'll also need you to send me how much it would have cost to
I'm just
grab
assuming
that.
you're taking them from the school.
Oh, they have actual swords too?
They've got swords, armor.
Oh, right. So I'm very out of the loop with this group. I'm impressed. So, I will tell him these are the rules of this engagement. You have run out of spells. You have defeated many foes. But there is one more foe to face, and they are just a lonely god. This god seems to think he's got the upper hand on you. But you know how to use this weapon now. I've trained you for the 125 days, and I have seen you go from a bumbling buffoon to a skilled sword play. Is that the right word? Yes, to being able to use skilled sword play. Do you accept to try and battle one more time without spells?
Very well.
Right, as this is a regular sword. On top of that, This time I will not have my shield with me. That way my AC is even lower. So my AC would only be... let me just quickly check.
Add
My
haste to
AC
it.
right now is... but I'm not using Black Razor at the moment.
Black Razor is giving you haste.
Isn't that just a +2?
Yep.
So I have a 12 then.
Yep.
Right. So, 2 combaters, one using a regular sword, getting an extra attack in, so 4 attacks all up. But I would only be using... Because they'd only have 1 attack, so I'd probably use only 1 on them as well. So 1 attack, which is 1d 10 plus 4 for the damage, and it would be a +8 to hit. And I have 136 health. If you were to do your little numbers thing, how close would it be? If I was only hitting once and they're only hitting once?
Meta,
What's
you
your
do
AC?
need to remember he's a wizard.
Yeah. I know he's a wizard, but I just want to hear the sort of thing that would happen, because my AC is probably lower than his AC.
What's your AC?
My AC... Here, I'll just put... So, I'll put it in Groupon.
Because his AC is 13, and his to hit is +5.
Ah. I'll consider it a graduation if he can get me anywhere between 3/4 health, or sorry, 1/4 health left, or 1/5 left, sort of thing. To hit is +8. It'll be +9 very soon, but I just gotta wait for that. There we go. That should be all that I need to give you. He has 1 extra AC on me, which is not that big of a difference.
He'll be basically 5% behind you in terms of damage each round.
Righto.
But you've also got a hasted action, so you should technically be 30% behind if you're taking both attacks.
Well, see, at the end of the day, I have 4 attacks at the moment, if I were to use all 4 of them. And I have Action Surge. I'm pretty sure I could lay him flat on his ass in 1 turn if I really wanted to. But I'm trying to act more or less a little lower. So, what health would I be at after a minute? Would he be down, or would he still be standing?
You would be at 60% hit points after a minute,
Right.
and he would be at... This is at 1 attack each round?
Yeah, 1 attack from me, 1 attack from him, with a +4 of damage on D10.
Yep. After the minute, you would be on 60% hit points, and he would be on 40% hit points.
Right. So I would halt the battle there. It's been a minute. Rest up for the next minute. As I would probably sit down myself and tell him how I thought his fighting was going. giving him pointers on where he could improve. If he chose to go this way or that way, but ultimately in the end, after you learn the basics of swordplay, I'd tell him that once you've learned the basics of swordplay, that you make it your own. And then I would say that he has half a minute left to survive the next fight. If he can stay standing for that last minute, I shall count him as passing my my swordsmanship class. I think half a minute should be more than enough time for him to start using the dodge action, because, pretty sure he'd start using the dodge action a few times.
I'm just looking at his options for what he can actually do to defend himself.
I am
Yep.
back. How big of a corner has Zothix put whoever this is in?
They're at 30 or 41 health. I'm at
40%
60%
hit points,
health.
so they're at
They're at
30,
40% and I'm at
38
60.
hit points.
But remember,
Okay.
I'm only using one attack.
Meta, this wizard has a lot of health.
Oh, no. I'm using one attack per round.
Yeah.
I'm not using my full 4 attacks.
Still, though, he has a good amount of health.
Yeah, he was level 6 when he joined the school, and now he's level 7.
Right on.
He is going to cast Blade Ward on himself each round.
Does that damage me, or does that...
Resistance
Think
against
it-
bludgeoning, piercing, and
Yeah.
slashing weapons for the round.
Alright.
I also believe it's a cantrip, so
So... Do I punish him for using a spell? Do I punish him because I did ask him not to use spells? Do I punish him by unleashing my full barrage?
Yeah. I say yeah.
Your statement was that he had used up all of his spells prior to this. He's using a cantrip, which he can use at will.
yeah.
True. In that case,
He
I
has found a loophole.
I shall continue to attack him as regular. So, does he stand after half a minute?
After half a minute, he is on 11 hit points, so he is still alive.
Though he's feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. So, obviously, there'd be a bit of... He'd be cut up, and I'd have a few cuts on me.
Yeah.
Though I'd imagine I've accidentally left him a wound of some sort. You have passed. Now, what shall you do with this swordplay skill that you have gotten? Shall you go straight after him,
Yeah.
or this
I've got
individual,
a few
or do you
things
have
I
more?
still need to prepare before I can face Archie.
Archie?
Yes,
Interesting.
that traitorous bastard.
You know
Meta
he's
one.
from the Church of Nathan, so you might, if anyone from here is from the Church of Nathan, you might want to keep that hush-hush. They like him.
Nathan is the one. Nathan and his friends are the ones who left my town to die.
Oh shit!
Wait, what?
Like,
They're
he
from
can
that
see that.
town.
They can see that my the kid can see that my eye twitches.
What did he say?
That Nathan and his friends are the reason why a town was left to die. This kid or adult or whatever he is sees that my eye twitches. I've never cared much for many Celestials. There are very few that I can count that I can trust.
Meta, Archie isn't a celestial.
Yeah, but Nathan
Yeah.
is, and he left a town to die. You are aware of the leader of this town's status, right?
Eventually, when he goes corrupt, I'll cut him down too.
On that day, call upon me.
They all
I'm sure
start
you'll
out
have.
thinking they're good, doing things for those they can, until they gain enough power to do as they like and put those of us who can't do what they can into either slavery, obedience, or death.
Well, until that day, him and my bird friend are the ones that I can trust. Atlas I can trust because he's taking care of this town. The bird because he's lower level than me. You ever make friends with Celestials to get your own ways? Remember, keep them lower level than you. They're a means to an end to get to a better end.
Meta Prohoof was entirely okay with what Ezra was saying, but then you just made it worse. God damn it! Why'd you have to go more evil there? Oh, that's right. You
My
lost
character
it.
is evil.
He's also just sticking to what his character believes.
I know. I just have to pick on him for it. You
Oh,
pick
no,
on me.
pick on-
Pick on me.
The bird's pecking at me.
Can you keep an eye on me throughout this?
Keep an eye on you. I'll do my best. Though, I must prepare, for my allies shall be returning from the Goblin Isles soon.
Farewell.
Keep an eye out for anyone called Volpes. They're a dangerous individual. Wait until you're a higher level to deal with them. Unless, of course, they're already dead by the time I tell you this. But they're a Celestial, and they killed the entirety of the Goblin Isles.
Of course, more Celestials committing genocide.
However, his ally, Torthak, as you know, or at least I hope you heard, Atlas put a stop to him. Along with me.
That is good to hear. The less of those
That's one of the
Celestials there are running around in this world, the better.
This guy meets Echo, somehow finds out he's a Celestial. Echo's only response to him saying how bad Celestials are. I agree.
It's just like you agree wholeheartedly to all that, and then he just later down the line he finds out you're a Celestial. It's just like, why did you say that Celestials are bad? Because they
It's
are.
like,
Well, enjoy that sword. And take care.
Thank
And once
you.
you find, what was his name again? Archie?
Yeah.
Try and find Nathan afterwards and see if you can do something about him too.
As you wish. He does a bow.
Because Archie is just another member of the Church of Nathan. Cut the head off the snake, it will die.
Turns out he pulled
unless
Meta.
it's a Hydra.
Meta turns out he pulls a Jedi and becomes more powerful in death.
And if you want to know what happens to Ezra, you can watch Group 2's session 2 sessions ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What happened to him? Did he die?
Okay, so meta-wise, I'm assuming he's dead.
He was doing fairly well, and then they group fucked him.
Of
Right.
course. Poor kid.
Well, you know what?
He didn't stand a chance when the level 7 rogue sniped him.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
Meta?
understandable.
Meta, I have to say this. One less genocidal human. That's good for the dwarves.
Here's the thing though, right? My character could smell crazy from this person. He's not going to say anything. He's just going to congratulate them on succeeding and let them move on. Because they're either going to outshine him and do what he believes is good, which is, the removal of celestials. And
Or they're
then,
going to die.
or they're going to die, and that means one less person that I have to deal with.
Poor
I
Ezra.
Yeah.
bow towards.
I mean, he went the way
I
of the
bow
last
towards-
Master we knew.
I bow towards Ezra. May your path bring you much luck.
I'll come to you again once it's done.
Yep. This is where we change the timeline, because you'll have sending, and I'll just appear near him, and I'll be like, "Who's fucking you?" And I'll join in, then I'll die.
He thought he was winning up until literally the round where he got destroyed.
Did he kill Archie though?
No,
No.
Oh.
he didn't scratch Archie because there was Rail and the others.
Oh.
I do
that
want to
makes
ask,
sense.
was he being a preachy little prick during the entire fight?
Who are you
Ezra.
talking about, Ezra or Archie?
Ezra. Or
Ezra
actually,
said maybe 8 words throughout the fight. He brought a horde of undead with him.
fuck,
Yeah.
where did you get that?
Well,
Probably from the forest.
he's literally about to go and build that horde up.
Huh. So he's a okay, so he must be
A
necromancer.
necromancer wizard who just picked up the first feature for Bladesinger.
Which is
Oh.
Blade Song, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Oh my god, he's perfect.
Honestly,
I created a villain.
honestly, he'd only really be able to survive facing Prohoof simply because it's ranged combat, and I can snipe well beyond what his spells can reach.
620 feet? Sorry, 640 feet?
Wait a minute, what?
Spell sniper feet.
That does not increase it that far. It's only
No, it
double.
doubles the
By
range.
double.
Yeah, it
Most
doubles the
spells
range.
some spells have 300 feet.
Yep.
Those are not even. I don't even think Fireball has that range of spells.
Fireball has 120 feet.
Yeah, Fireball doesn't have that big of a range, but there are spells with quite large ranges.
With, yeah.
What spell? For
Let's
example.
see. There's a few spells that have 1,000 feet. Most of those are location based. There are.
I'm talking about combat specific spells.
Can you send me Ezra's character sheet? I need to make a meme.
Sure, give me a minute.
Like, I'm pretty sure the 300-foot ranged combat spells are, like, way out of his level.
Depends at the point at which you would fight him, but given that, like, I don't think Prohoof is ever going to meet him.
Yeah. Honestly,
Oh,
I'm
it's
pretty
nice.
sure he'd have to be about level...
Spell range does not really scale with level.
Yeah.
It's not level based.
No, I'm talking about the spells, because there are no first, second, or third level combat spells that have a 300-foot range, at least not to my knowledge. And I have
I'll
looked
let you
through
sort
all the
on
combat.
range.
The first meme to be posted. Boom.
Yes, Tarthix.
Tarthix.
Also, I'm pretty sure, let's see, spell sniper, it only works with to hit spells.
Yep.
Not,
Not save
yep,
throw.
yeah, so that would wipe
Anyway,
out
Hit based, not save based.
So the best thing is that if he picks up Eldritch Blast and then picks up the spear thing,
Oh,
And
yeah,
then spell
yeah,
sniper.
definitely.
and then spell sniper.
He'd be he'd be equal to Prahoof in combat range, mainly
Very
because
good.
for
Think
some reason. No, it'd be equal. It'd only be 600 feet. He'd
There's
have
my
a
first name.
600 feet, I'd have a max of 600 feet.
I also have to apologize to Jessica because I apparently had someone go up again to go after Archie, and yeah.
I'm more curious as. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's right, because they are from the same town. That's why he wants to. That's why he views Archie as a traitor.
Yep.
This guy was also trained by Varus
Oh, okay,
right before they abandoned him.
man.
Uh,
There might have been circumstances that would have
You know what?
would have had to lead to that, but from like Group One's perspective, man, Zarthix's perspective, man, that's bad.
Meta, I just need to say this. Now, actually looking at his character design and hearing about his backstory effectively, he does give off that big, emo, edgy character that wants revenge no matter what. Like, he gives that off so much with just what he looks like. Not gonna lie, bit of a shame he didn't kill Archie. I'm sorry, I have to make those jokes.
It's fine. I'm making lots of jokes.
Stop training people to kill other Celestials or draw 25.
Alright, so.
I will say the last 75 days that Prahoof would do would be him training up stats.
Yep.
Just to let you know.
So you guys would arrive at the place.
Oh, do you want me to go ahead and roll for the stats?
Yep.
Okay, first one will be for charisma.
Man, I wish there was a way for Echo to train his physical stats.
There is. It's called becoming an artificer. My joke.
And revolves.
I am continuing to train charisma until I at least increase it one
Come
time.
on, that one. Keep rolling. You should have 3 rolls in total for it.
Ha! Boo you!
It got close. Yeah, it got real close there.
Oh,
dude.
it did. I have inspiration, though. I would have definitely used it. By the way.
Alright, roll the inspiration.
No. Only if I got an at one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not worth using it unless I get an at one.
Fair enough. So you finish your... What was it, Tafik?
I don't say anything. I'm just posting
No,
names.
I'm more just thinking as to whether Echo would have used the Sending Stone to talk to Zarthix at some point about this spell.
And I'm just waiting for you to send Ezra's thing over so I can make the meme.
Oh my god, that's my boy. I love that.
Train children to be better than others. Have a child get top marks. They become evil. They become evil. That's my boy!
Oh, I love that. That's actually a nice change, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I would like to say, also, well, not say, but mention that Prahoof would, have also asked the captain if he knew, who to trade the tablets or the relics found on the Goblin Isles to. Anyone who's known for, taking in relics.
Oh.
Prahoof would mention he'd want them to at least go somewhere where they'd be preserved for knowledge and historical, that kind of stuff.
There's a place that will preserve them for knowledge, but they can't really buy anything from you.
Next meme coming in.
Meta.
Yeah, Echo would have asked for the sending stone at some point and probably relayed the idea of the spell to Zarthix. So I'm just going to send
You
you the.
call up in the middle of me fighting. I'm like, I'm a little busy right now.
Okay, he actually wouldn't know when you would be busy or not, so that might be it. Honestly,
Barbosa, wed us. I'm a little busy.
I mean, Echo would have a pretty good idea of when you would normally schedule like your rests and shite, or when you're doing stuff for yourself. So he'd probably try and get you then. So he would have talked to you about that spell.
Who could ask where this place is that would preserve the relics?
The Dwarven Archives.
Where would those be?
In the Dwarven capital.
That is Opal, I believe.
Opal is one of them, yes, and that is the one that would be at.
Alright. Meta, you think someplace that wants to preserve knowledge would at least pay money?
Not really, no.
For it. I mean, museums pay for exhibits, and
that
they
is
do.
Pretty much just the US and a few other places in the world that pay for it.
And they wonder why the US has the most museums. Or the most extensive collection, I should say.
It's why I would have rather liked
Yes.
Zarthix be here or something. Might be an end of session thing to work on properly then.
Yeah.
What do you think about the memes, guys?
I enjoy them. It's time to kill a celestial little one. Immediately just gets like obliterated by fire.
See, what's gonna happen is that the players are. I'm gonna somehow be the reason why most of the players in the later game are gonna have people going after them for no reason, but because they had like past beef, and they're like, "We've all been trained by Zarthix. You can't defeat us because you can't defeat him." And they'll be like, "Who is this Zarthix? He sounds absolutely tremendously awful. Where is he?"
Honestly, I find it funny because they're more than likely going to body everyone that goes after them if they're in a group.
Yeah.
Like, as long as they're within their group and stuff, they're going to absolutely body them. It's like, well, whoever this Zarthix person is, obviously he's not very good at training.
Like, I trained them thinking that they would be smart.
Meta, I just want to ask, so Ezra basically goes off to form the undead army. Did he go around just killing people to build up that army?
No, there's corpses everywhere throughout the undead forest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Literally, he lives right next door to the best location to build an undead army.
We don't even, we're not even right next to the undead forest. Don't get me wrong, it's not super far away, but it's not, right next door. Not like a hop, skip, and a jump away.
It's only 20 days away.
I mean, again,
that's close enough to be next door.
Yeah. I personally, I say no, but whatever. Yo.
In the scheme of, travel distance and with how, because I want to say Echo's Refuge is relatively isolated, given that it takes a few weeks to get to the next town, to the closest town. So yeah, it takes about the same time to get to the Forest of the Undead. So
My cat is purring.
So, Proof, you did training. Echo, is there anything you're doing?
After sending that, giving Zarthix the idea of the spell, he.
Oh, you know what I just realized I could have used on those rolls? Lucky.
No, I mean that. Not that. I wanted the character template, the character thing from Euroforge.
Oh, I can just send you that then.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot easier.
Yeah, because from what I heard, it sounded like you said you wanted this character sheet.
I did not mean to say character sheet.
Do you want the most recent version, the one that actually fought them, or do you want his student form?
The one that I was training with.
Student form.
I'll send you both.
I feel like this is a meme that I'm gonna have to have ready, so I'm just gonna send this to group on images for everyone. Just remember,
just real quick.
This is
real quick to ask. Just to make sure my math is correct. 93 plus 16. That should be 109, if I'm right. Which I'm pretty sure I am. That is correct.
93 plus what?
16.
109, yes.
Alright, just want to make sure. I always doubt myself when it comes to math.
That's all 3 Ezras.
Well, guess who now has 109 HP?
You.
Nice.
Yep.
I know you have a higher hit die than me, dude, and you more than likely have a higher con, but damn.
I rolled for my HP and I kept getting really good.
Like, I've got
I
Can
decent
I confirm
rolls.
this?
I've gotten decent rolls.
Proof's rolled above average every time but once.
Okay, yeah, I've rolled about half and half then.
Let's see, I'm pretty sure I got 2 8s one time, and 2 9s one other time, and a 10 another time.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've rolled ridiculously well for health.
Yeah.
So you're...
Plus, even if I roll below average, I get average anyway with how James does it. So it's not super bad.
So you arrive at the port.
Nice.
I would inform Zarthix that we are arriving at port.
Alright. Once you arrive, once I hear that you're arriving at port, I say that I'll be there in 10.
Alright.
Holy hell, Sarthex, why was your AC 12 during that fight?
He wasn't wearing his armor.
I wasn't wearing my armor. Do you think that a person who wasn't proficient in armor would have any good chance to hit me with a 21 AC?
Fair enough.
They'd have to roll a 17 if they had a +4 strength. And if they didn't have strength...
Doing the math, if I would just get average, by level 10, I would beat Sarthex's level 12 health. And that's if I only get average for the hit die.
Alright.
You have the same hit die for your health. You might have a better con than him then.
I have a 16 con. Again, it's really, really been those rolls that have helped me.
I don't think I've done a single roll, and I don't think I'm allowed to now that I know that I could have done that long ago. But it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't do it for the first 3 levels because I didn't realize that was the case. But then I did it all the way up to now, and I
Which
just
is
Yeah.
which is funny because you knew about the training thing and I didn't, but I knew about the health rolling and you didn't.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, what would you like to do as you're getting into town? All your stuff's been unloaded and the cart's been unloaded.
I would thank the captain for taking us there.
Yeah, for the trip there and back.
You're welcome.
I hope to see you again in my recently found out short life.
We don't really know how long you'll live. We're just guesstimating.
Yeah. Definitely definitely won't outlive Sarthex over there.
Yeah,
You're gonna outlive me with how much evil I seem to be contributing to this world. I've created a celestial wraith. I've sent a person who ended up trying to kill the party, and if anyone finds out that that was me, oh, that's curtains.
I'm going to be honest, I forgot about that celestial wraith.
I ain't forgetting about it.
Neither am I.
That's still fucking something we have to deal with.
It's not something the Prahoof needs to deal with.
Well, I guess you guys. But Prahoof would give a bow and wish him safe travels on his future journeys.
Alright.
Echo would wish him safe journeys and prosperous journeys as well, but he wouldn't do the bow. Most because Echo doesn't really bow.
Yep.
Meta at this point, Prahoof has to do it.
You can see that sections of a ship are getting pulled apart and replaced with new bits. But the dwarves are actually really quick at it as well.
I mean, I guess we kind of just need to wait till Zarthix appears.
After about 10 minutes, Zarthix, would you like to teleport there?
Yeah, I was just putting my armor on. It takes 10 minutes to put heavy armor on.
Like we probably would have moved the cart out of the way, so then it's like we had before.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
D100? And
yes.
a second D100, or just one D100?
It's just one D100. The second one is only for if you actually get a teleportation flux. I use a different teleport system to the standard teleport spell.
69.
Nice.
Feeling fine.
Yep, you're fine. There's only a 6% chance of things going fluxy.
And now it's a 10. Now it's a 7.
Yep.
At some point, once it gets to 25, if I ever get it to 25%, I'm just gonna show it off to someone else.
The flux cools off at 1 point per day.
Alright.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, so it couldn't be at any points then, right?
Sorry, what was that?
It should be at any points. I've spent 100 days without it being teleported.
There's a teleportation circle here. People teleport all the time.
Wait,
yeah.
So it's a flux that is the whole world.
No, it's just the zone.
Yeah.
Alright.
A zone is one of the 9 hexes within a hex.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's like the middle hex and then the 8 around it.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the big map, you can see that the hex that the city is in, there's actually 9 more hexes within that. So each hex is made up of 9 hexes.
Okay.
Which isn't really a player problem, that's only something I have to keep track of.
Okay. So it's like a honeycomb of hexes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you teleport and you arrive in the town.
Yep. And as soon as I arrive, I get tomatoed. No? Okay. So I look for Echo and Spurge.
You find them.
Yes. Yeah. Sup?
So how was the rest of the voyage?
Surprisingly uneventful.
And
Yeah.
tomato.
It hits my armor. Because, I mean, I'm not a dexterous person. We've learned this.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. Echo just like casually just pressed the digitates. And it's like, it was actually gratefully uneventful. However, I believe we should get on the move, given that you're going to keep getting pelted by tomatoes, and that card's timer should almost be up.
Now look at this cards timer.
By the way, Sarthex, I figured I'd leave the final decision up to you on terms of what to do with the relics that we found. I have learnt that there is a dwarven archive in Opal. Well, we really wouldn't be given money, but that'd be a good place for the relics to be secured for history.
There is merely what looks to be days left on the card.
Right, well, I look at you, Purge. That is entirely up to you. Those artifacts you got. I was there to get the stone, and I got the stone. Speaking of stones, this card is about to run out.
Oh,
Could be anywhere from 10 to 25 days from now.
Which is much longer than it's going to take for the cart to get there, so I might
much
have
shorter.
It's much shorter. So I'm just going to say to you guys, I'm going to be here with you guys today, but afterwards I'm going to probably have to make my way up that mountain. And I can only take one of you, if that is the case. But considering that I don't want to leave anyone here unless they want to stay in the town.
Technically, you could take both of us, but we would be leaving the card.
That's what I don't want to leave behind.
Yeah, if I had access to the teleport circle, If I had access to the teleport circle spell, I'd be able to get us straight back to Echo's refuge.
I am fine staying within this town. It is quite nice, and I would like to learn more of their culture.
Then it's decided. Baroof will stay with the nice locals, and we shall return.
Well, Echo was
I was
tempted
waiting
to.
for Ed to laugh at that, because they haven't been nice to me, but...
Oh, I was snickering. I just was paying attention to my cat as well. She keeps
Echo
bonking
is tempted to check before we go to see if he can get a scroll of effectively a scroll of teleportation circle. Just because then the cart and the cart would be back at Echo's refuge, but he does not know where he would need to be able to go. I guess he could just ask one of the dwarves around.
Yeah.
He would be telling Zarthix this whether Zarthix would think that's a decent plan of action.
Sorry, for what?
Checking if this town has a magic scroll shop, and if that has a scroll of teleportation circle.
Why would we need that?
Then we can get the cart straight back to Echo's refuge.
Well, if you wish, though.
He's asking Zarthix if he thinks that would be worth doing, because then then we can all go to the mountain.
Well, it's better than having the cart get potentially crushed by the sands again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prahoof would definitely help with that, trying to get
Yeah.
that.
Like Echo would lament that if he had been in a better state of mind when he like learnt new spells the last time, he would have gotten that instead of mass cure wounds.
I mean, at the very least, you can heal everyone else except yourself.
Yep. Yes, I cannot heal that person in general chat. But kind of need to wait till James comes back.
I will say I am going to try and find a way to at least get Prahoof some XP during this time. If he has to separate from you guys.
Yeah.
Mainly because I do not want him going further behind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only 2 levels behind Echo right now, which is a nice gap.
Yeah, because you guys don't want him getting any stronger.
Oh, Echo
Oh.
doesn't care if Prahoof gets stronger. He does trust Prahoof to have his back if need be. It's more just the fact, like, if like we need to go and do something, the minimum I'd rather like for people to be around 2 levels within each other. Just then,
Which
like,
we
we're not
actually
being, yeah. Just then, like, every person can contribute, and we're not just outclassed by someone that is of the highest level person's caliber.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hello. We'd actually look around for a place that sells magic scrolls to try and get teleportation circle.
Alright, how many of you can speak Dwarvish?
Prahoof can.
Okay.
Pretty
So
sure
can
we all
Echo.
can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all can.
After that incident with the shadow dude, I'm pretty sure our entire group has looked at doing that as a given.
I think Prahoof got that just. I'm not sure when Prahoof got Dwarvish. Did you have that off the bat, or?
No, I got that with the alternate trait that I got.
Okay.
Not Depth Explorer. What is it called?
So there is 3 magic shops. There is a spell, books, parchments, and wares shop. There is a magical item shop, and then there is a magic store.
Okay. Well, if we're looking for a one use only of this spell, I would say we look at the spell book thingo in parchment. I forgot which was between book and parchment.
Spell, books, parchments, and wares.
Yeah, spell book, parchment, and wares. Although, unless they only sell blank ones of those, then we might need to look at the magical items.
So, would you like to start at that one?
Yeah.
I'm of course gonna stay with the cart because I'm not gonna take chances on pissing off the locals.
Alright, what
Just
level
fair.
is the teleportation circle? That's 5th level, correct?
5th level,
Yes.
Alright. Once you get there, there's a dwarf at the counter, and there's a few children-sized dwarves. Well, children dwarf-sized people. walking around and organizing stuff on a shelf.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Greetings. Oh,
Hi.
a golem has. Is this your golem?
This is Echo. He's, well, not quite a golem.
I am sentient.
It's yes.
Oh,
It's
nice impressive. Are you looking to sell him? Or I
no,
guess sell yourself? That is
I am
a
not
good
looking.
question. They stroke their beard.
Oddly enough, I believe I have had that. I am almost certain someone has asked me that before. I am not looking to sell myself. I'm actually wondering if you have perchance a scroll of teleportation circle.
That I do.
How much would that cost?
35,000 gold.
Meta. I had a feeling.
Yeah, I just need to look at how much money I think it's just Echo has. I don't think he has it. He have 369. Yeah. Did we? That's only 9,350. I don't think we're going to have enough because I'm assuming we didn't get any. No, that would have. I'm assuming we didn't get any. No, we didn't get back in. We didn't return to the ship dwarves in time to get like any money back.
No,
So we
I think
did not
we
get
did.
any of them.
I think we actually did. At least a few
Did we?
thousand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at least a few thousand gold, like 5 months worth of gold.
I just don't remember James saying anything about it.
You guys did get 3 months worth back at the end of last session.
Okay.
So I need a. How much was? I think it was.
Should be 5
Yeah.
gold per person. There was 12 people. So that's 60. 60 times 25 times 3.
Okay, so 60 times that. So that's 4,500. That's still not going to be enough. Okay. So we got 4,500 gold back.
I have finished the meme. Let me
Nice.
quickly post it. Let me post it. Here we go.
Sailors. I'm just going to put that in general.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
Worth of silver. Echo has 6,500 worth of trading it into gold. It makes it 6,500 worth. So that's 11,000.
Alright.
Meta, the more I look at our money situation, I won't lie, the more tempting it is to actually sell the relics.
How much would I get if I traded in a scroll of conjure elemental and a potion of flight?
Oh.
Half off.
Half
Hold
off.
on.
That makes it 17,500.
Yep.
Meta, hold on real quick, hold on.
What is a golem's passive... Oh, I should say Echo's passive persuasion.
Echo's passive persuasion is probably that is 11. 21. So passive persuasion is 21.
Here's one for yourself, James. This is a high res version, just in case you want it.
So, James, what does a scroll of fear do? That casts the fear spell, right?
Yes, it does. Which should be a second
what
level spell.
Okay, what does the fear spell do?
Makes the
exactly?
creature frightened of you for 1 minute, I believe, or 10 minutes.
Okay. Prohoof would actually offer that as well into it.
Alright. 45. And tell you what. For you... No, it'll only be 30% price.
Okay, so now I've got to figure out how to do. Well, I can just do this 30.
10,500 gold.
Okay. Then with the money that we got from the thing, Echo can pay that.
Alright.
So we'd use the 60,000 of his silver and the 4,000 of the gold that we got back.
So there's just stacks of 25 silver all over the counter.
Yeah.
Right, here's your scroll.
Thank you very much. This is a great help to us. Maybe.
Meta, oh, go on.
Oh, Echo was just maybe when we're not pressed for doing things, we might actually be able to come back here and have a vacation.
That would be nice.
Thank you for the selling this to us.
I can give you business, Sir Golem.
May your selling be even better in the future.
Yes, I agree.
Echo would have checked when he's out of the store. He would have checked that it was indeed the scroll that he wanted. He's trusting them just a bit.
A perfect inscription of the spell of teleportation circle.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, dwarves really do. He's gonna go back. Well, he's gonna go back to Zarthix because this is gonna require some room. So he'd rather do this outside the city.
Yeah. So James, just to clarify, she did take the scroll of fear, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and
get rid of. Buy Potion of Flight and Scroll of Conjure Elemental. I'm going to change that message to just 500. So we'd get back to the cart. Echo would say that I was able to acquire the scroll. We should leave the cities, then we can use it.
I'm just having a bit of trouble here breathing, so I might actually have to skedaddle in 15 minutes so I can get my treatments done. Sorry about that, James. For some weird reason, today's just been a rather off day.
All good.
But
I mean, at
Prohoof,
least some stuff has been able to happen.
yeah. Prohoof will get the cart moved outside of the city.
Yeah, and then Echo would use the scroll and target the Echo's refuge circle.
Alright. So you create a teleportation circle?
Yeah. It does not last for long, so...
Yeah,
the circle
Prohoof
lasts until used.
Yeah.
And before Tomato lands on it and Tomato gets teleported and we're just sitting there, it's like, no!
It's kind of like Echo made sure to do it outside of the city so then we could just get the cart through it straight away.
The kid followed us.
Literally a little kid just playing ball or something falls into the teleportation circle, goes off.
I hope not, because we don't have enough money to get another one.
Okay, so teleport. So you're teleporting all of you, including the cart.
Yeah,
Yep, and the horses,
Okay.
obviously.
making us all through it to get
Echo,
to
before
Echo.
we teleport, you've got your own room. Congratulations. You can now power down in a random corner of the bed in a room.
It hadn't even occurred to Echo that was a thing.
Yeah. You get the second biggest room.
Honestly, Echo would offer the second biggest room to Zarthix then, because he does not need a big room at all.
It would give me more time to swing my sword around.
We
Or-
literally pull a bender and just put him in a broom closet.
So do you know what's
Honestly,
a
You
good thing
humans are
about?
weird living in a closet.
Do you know what's a good
no.
thing about you all teleporting?
What?
So you teleport back to Echo's Refuge. What would you like to do for the next little bit? Specifically, the next 2 hours and 51 minutes.
Fuck.
What time is it?
Oh no.
What
I
time is
have
it?
Almost
I
meteorite o'clock.
No, what time is it?
It's about midday.
Everyone stop saying, oh no, we don't know what's going on. It's
Oh
about
yeah,
midday.
no.
Meta. I'm saying it meta-wise, obviously.
Yeah. Basically, I would be, because I said that in my spare time, I would be preparing, any notes that I may be able to remember, considering I do have a passive 19 history of the best ways to start off going up the mountain.
Alright.
And that's what I would have had pretty much prepared by the time we got back here, so...
Pohoof would pretty much just kind of be like relaxing on top of the cart.
Yep.
Leaving up.
If we don't have much time to relax, I expect you to be ready tomorrow.
What Pohoof would actually be.
Echo was almost just going to suggest, like, now that we're back, do we just want to head straight out?
I'll give Burr, you've been on travel for a while. We'll have a day of rest.
Pohoof would very much appreciate that. He'd be getting food rations readied up.
With the horses as well, right?
Yep. Obviously, like, literally, I'm on, like, 20... I think about 20 days of... Is it 20 days of food? Let me just... It's around... It's either 50 or... Let me just do the math. Yep, it's about 55 days of food and about around the same for the horses.
Yep.
Echo has like 10,000 silver, 10,000 copper, 5,000 silver, and 369 gold that you could ask of him. Like, he understands the importance of keeping
You know what?
the fleshy things alive. So
The blacksmith actually comes up to you both, and I've come up with a few more ideas for the cart. May I?
Oh,
Well, we're going up the mountain, so we'll be away for a while.
Oh, okay. He walks away, sulking slightly.
No. I say that just like, so the cart's all yours.
Oh, perfect. And he gets to work on it.
yeah.
Meta, just to let you know, I actually have gold that Echo gave to Pohoof at one point, and I still have it in my inventory. I never combined it with my actual gold.
Hang on. Is this like the gold that Echo gave you, like, shortly after we met?
It's about 2,000 or so gold.
Okay, so like, yeah,
That's
like on our way from going from the, like, after the shattering, on our way to Justice, I think Echo gave that to you.
Yeah, I still have that.
So, as you're all going about these things, Zarthix, you've got a bad feeling. Something's wrong. Something's really, really wrong.
Like the essence in the air feels weird.
Your entire being is telling you something is wrong. You're probably gonna die here. Something's very fucked.
Okay,
It's
I'm
probably
guessing.
you.
I'm gonna look up.
Okay,
I'm
you
assuming-
can see something off in the distance, quite far away. Proof, you can see. Is that a rock? That's a rock getting really, really close and off in the distance.
Prohoof is immediately going
will-
over to where Sarthax and Echo are.
You'll see me running towards Atlas's place.
Echo's
Prohoof
follow.
is, like,
Echo would
flying.
follow, and if Echo looked up and saw, he's like, "Oh, don't tell me we're going the way of the dinosaurs."
Oh shit! Oh
After
shit!
a little
oh,
bit, the rock is now
considering,
no longer within viewing distance as it's gone far enough around the side of a world that it's.
But I would have gotten to
Oh yes,
thing.
you
Yeah.
get to it.
Yeah, Prohoof would have been like
So I
flying.
see V, right?
Yep.
V is Atlas busy?
Not at the moment. Why?
Okay,
He
I
is
go
about
straight
to
over.
be. He is about to be.
I
There's a
knock on
meteor.
the door.
There is no door. It's an open door.
I knock on the door frame.
Okay.
Is what I
Yes.
mean.
He takes his feet off the desk.
Echo, say what you said.
Yeah, we might be heading the way. This world might be heading the way of the dinosaurs.
Lockdown. He gets up and walks over to the lockdown switch and he basically reaches into the air through some sort of portal that did not appear to be there and pulls a switch down.
The big ass meteor disappeared over. Echo just gestures in that direction.
Yep.
If we're
You
lucky,
can now see out the window. There's a shimmering barrier over the town.
if we're lucky, we're not going to have to deal with the impact of it. But whatever comes after.
If it was still in sight, then we would have to be worrying about the direct after.
And then you
effect.
feel the thud as everything shakes.
And there it is, I think.
With
honestly,
I think we'd all have to start making some saving throws here.
I'd like to think that Zarthix is
Well,
thinking
who
so.
would
what is
immediately
the
get
way-
out of the
what-
building? Like, he'd immediately get out of the building.
Okay, you see a few buildings around this one begin to collapse, but this one, it's just too reinforced.
Yeah.
Right.
Question. Did Charles Darwin know of was he around for when it was theorized that the dinosaurs were wiped out by a meteorite or a meteor?
I don't think so off the top of my head.
No,
Okay,
but
which
he knows
would-
this isn't a good thing.
Which means that Proof would have a better idea of what Echo means by way of the dinosaurs than Zarthix would then.
Yeah. Prohoof would actually, like, anyone getting injured by the rubble or anything, like, Prohoof would be helping people who
It
needed
is
help.
just constant ground rumbling for almost a solid minute.
Yeah, Prohoof's definitely spending that time helping people. Again,
Do you know what's happening, considering that you come from wherever they come from? They seem to have run off.
Oh, Echo
If
would
this is
still
as bad
be
as
there.
what Echo just said, it's the end of the world.
I am surmising that due to
You
the
know
fact
how
that we were
many-
able to see the meteor.
Right. I'm gonna go find Tara.
Okay, you find her, and she is just sitting out in the open on a chair.
I mean, meta, she has the right idea. You do not want to be in a building like Prohoof is helping to get people out of buildings that are beginning to collapse.
I'm not even thinking about that at the moment. Oh,
I mean, meta, you are.
Yeah,
you
what
are
about the school?
School
Oh,
appears to be
no.
fine.
I go. Yeah. That's not I'm thinking of. I swear if you rolled for this and you got something, or if this was planned.
Zarthix is
Anything that is
better.
not considered a reinforced building, which is only the buildings that were in this town beforehand, is completely fine. Everything your parents' house is fine.
I can't see. I mean, just quickly bring us back to that map so we can see. Because last I checked, the parents were somewhere over here.
So only within the yellow section are buildings really collapsing.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Echoes.
Meta Prohoof's freaking out so bad he lays an egg.
Did
I'm wondering if that would be public indecency.
I think at this point no one's too worried about that. Did the map in the bottom of our car change? Did it only show like the changes of our route that we took, or
Only
did it
the
show?
changes of your route.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering
we still
that.
have that?
Yeah, it should still be in the bottom of the car.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
no.
not been given to anyone yet.
Yeah, we've just left it there, honestly.
Echo might occasionally use it to check that we're going in that we haven't strayed off the course that we want. If
After
it
a few
change,
minutes, the rumbling stops. Things are
So-
relaxing. People are helping others out of the destroyed buildings. Proof you're helping people get out as well. There's
Yeah,
we have
a
any-
few dead.
Prohoof was basically, hold on a second. Prohoof was basically helping people during the rumbling, even.
I go back to find Echo.
do we have Echo would be asking Atlas at that point. Do we have any way of finding out where it landed? Because I think as we both know, depending on where it landed depends on how bad the aftermath.
So, James, sorry for cutting you off there. What were you originally going to say?
All good. So Proof's been helping people out of buildings.
Yep.
Tara is currently trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
So I will tell Tara. we have a situation. Apparently,
I'm trying to
the
find where it
Celestia-
landed, and she's sort of just moving her eyes around, but not actually moving.
Could I roll?
I feel like
a
Echo and
Arcana
Atlas
check
probably
to
would.
try?
Echo and Atlas would probably go and find Tara because they'd want to know where it landed as well. And
The
she
safe
is.
assumption would be that this has got something to do with her marking things on her eyes, that's allowing her to look without looking, possibly.
Can I have can we go to the world map real quick?
Sure.
So we saw it to our east, right?
Meta, I think it was west, actually. That we
It was
West.
to the west.
West. I thought this world was topsy turvy with its thing.
No, only the
But
magnetic field.
All right. So west. So it was west. I believe if we were to say, why are we all the way out there? We got to be an Echo's refuge, don't we? I'm not sure why we were all the way out there. If I had to say, it will be several days out. Somewhere towards northwest. There was a city out there, wasn't there? In the snow.
I will say if, like, Prohoof does end up, like, at any point while he's helping people, like, hear you guys, you'll hear him say, "You better hope it didn't land in the ocean."
I mean, wouldn't it be better to land in the ocean?
If
Tidal
Echo
waves.
if Echo got there as he hears that, because he'd go and see Tara to ask if she's able to locate it. He hears it. No, if that happens, there will be tidal waves, and given that we could see the meteor from here, it will be flooding here. There is a good chance of flooding here.
Well, that is a problem. Unfortunately, for Zafix, I'm not going to be here to find out what's going to happen because I need to go do some treatments.
We will let you know.
All right. My character will do whatever's in his power to help.
Yeah. Honestly, now
Mostly
that the
it's
barrier's up, most of the problem is dealt with for the short term.
Yeah,
but there's gonna
Echo
be
just
much
wants
more.
Echo just wants to know where it was landing, just then he could go and tell well, unless Atlas came with him to check with Tara.
Alice came with you.
I did not know. I didn't hear him confirm. Well, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, don't destroy anything, Echo. I know I'm leaving you in capable hands of yourself. So
Ha!
How bad can this be?
Why?
Very much, very
Okay.
bad.
So, what are you doing for the next couple hours?
Prabhu would just be pretty much helping people, doing anything he can for the for that.
Alright.
Anyone who was in desperate need of healing, he would heal with cure wounds.
Alright. So, for the next couple hours, you guys get that sorted. You each gain 13 essence from all those who died. Then
It's just sweet.
there's basically 25 hours of nothing for the most part. And then the next day, at almost the exact same time, you see a tsunami.
Yeah, like if we had found out that the thing had landed near water, did Atlas go with Echo to check with Tara?
Yeah,
Yes.
Atlas followed.
Okay, yeah. So he would have been able to confirm with Echo that we're probably going, if it landed near water, we're going to be dealing with tidal waves and flooding. Echo probably would have tried to come up with ideas with Atlas and pretty much Atlas and the council of the town as to ways of mitigating the damage and problems.
Prabhu would also give suggestions.
Even if the best way is to just keep the barrier up.
Alright.
I don't know what the best way would actually be. It's just
meta the
it's
barrier, probably.
It's just that there is a lot of like videos and stuff on the damages of tsunamis and tidal waves and flooding.
Prabhu would be given more of like what he knew from within his timeline. Not nearly as much as Echo, but
Echo and Atlas.
Yeah.
For as far as you're concerned, tsunamis are death sentences.
Yeah, so there's Prabhu saying like this is the death sentence, and there's Echo and Atlas trying to give like.
Well, I mean,
things to help.
Say it's a death sentence. He'd be
from your memories, it is.
Yeah.
Comparing it to what modern day people would think, being hit by a tsunami back in your day would be the equivalent of being hit by a nuke today.
Yeah.
There's not much walking away from that.
Yeah. Prabhu obviously wouldn't say that he...
Yep.
Yeah. He'd basically just be doing anything he can to prepare in case it's a tsunami. Or prepare the people, or whatever. He'd basically just be doing anything he can, because his bird senses are tingling.
Yep. Alright.
Echo would wonder if there's a way to boost the power of the barrier by supplementing more magic from, even if it's just a little bit more magic.
So within the minute of you guys actually all seeing the tsunami, it's impacted.
Yeah.
And you can see the water on top of the barrier. As it quickly moves over the barrier and it keeps going, you can just see devastated forests in one direction and a wall of water moving away in the other as it's continuing to collapse in on everything. Just honestly a bit surprised the barrier stood up.
Yeah, Echo would Echo would be.
You know that there was multiple towns that you've been to that the tsunami would have just devastated.
Yeah.
Meta, the vampire town, looks like we don't gotta worry about it now.
We didn't have to really worry about it because there was nothing left alive or existing.
Except for the blood well.
Oh, yeah, but that'd be gone now, I'd say.
Prahoof would just, be a little stunned. And he just kind of, like, looked to Echo after, like, the barrier pretty much kept us from being obliterated by that. And he'd say...
And it's at that point...
Really
and it's at that point that Proof's...
terrifying and awe-inspiring thing.
Yeah,
Magic is really an awe-inspiring thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought this... It is at that point that Proof would have mentioned that in his... Back when he was alive, that was a death sentence for everyone. No, you say that instead.
Back in my day, when a tsunami hit us, we would have just died.
Honestly, Echo would probably say that to him. Yeah, back when like you were Charles Darwin, that was death.
Yeah.
You can actually see the water on top of the barrier has actually frozen from what it looks like.
Oh. Okay, that is not good.
Why? Like it'd still be.
It's frozen water. If
oh no, Echo isn't asking like why is that not good or anything. He'd be trying to ask like why would that have happened? Literally to whoever, like if Tyra is still there or
pressurized freezing? I don't know. I'm not familiar with these tsunamis.
I've never heard of tsunamis doing that. Sarthax?
Sarthax has never really experienced a tsunami before.
He'd be recommending Sarthax maybe having something to do with that.
Zarthix would say he doesn't have any idea what that is.
Yeah, Echo would say I might be able to try and recall something from the other world as to
Usually
about
tsunamis
that.
do not freeze.
Yeah, the Echo would say, but they don't normally freeze.
I think
it might be because this world is very much different from the old world, but I don't know why it's frozen.
Meta. Has ever since the meteor hit, has the temperature seemed to change at all?
No, but you're also in a pressurized barrier.
Okay.
It could be that it could very well be that it's the temperature outside has dropped that much. We can't tell that. We won't be able to verify that while the barrier is still up. Are people able to enter and exit this barrier?
No.
Yeah, so okay. That makes sense.
It even cuts underground.
That's a very effective tactic.
Do you want to end this session here? Because I believe for the next part I will need Zarthix.
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
I'd figured like if we didn't need Zarthix now, we were going to have to end the session soon because the next, like once we dealt with this, we were pretty much going to go straight on to heading to the mountain where we would need him anyway.
End a session?